Hey, welcome back lads. So let's talk some more about the multiplayer in Call of Duty 2024, the next Black Ops game, because a lot of stuff about this game has already leaked out. However, there is one thing that still remains a mystery to us, and that is we have no information about any large-scale multiplayer mode. You know how every Call of Duty nowadays has some kind of expansive multiplayer experience, like Ground War in the Modern Warfare games, or the War mode which has returned in MW3, stuff like that, but the Black Ops series doesn't really have its own unique version. So yeah, if you look back at the last Black Ops game, Cold War, they did experiment with two completely different large-scale multiplayer modes, but I'm not really sure that these were really popular or successful enough to warrant a return. So first up, there was Combined Arms, and if you're not familiar with it, it was essentially a smaller version of Ground War, but much smaller. I did enjoy Combined Arms, I did play it a lot actually, but literally Ground War already exists as the bigger, better version of that, so that's why I don't really see it returning unless they make it bigger and just do Ground War. But in a Black Ops game, however, I feel like Treyarch would like to do something more unique than just copying what we've already seen for the past couple of years in Modern Warfare. And you know, we had Ground War in Modern Warfare 2 and then Modern Warfare 3, so we've had it for 2 years in a row, so I don't really think we'll see it again, not this year anyways. And then the other one was Fireteam Dirty Bomb, which I personally did not really enjoy because this was more like a Warzone multiplayer hybrid. So yeah, it felt more like Warzone than a COD multiplayer on a larger scale because there was no real map control. It was squads gameplay, so you know, squads of 4, so there wasn't like 2 teams, so there's no map control, no flow. You would, you know, spawn in and get shot from behind or from the side instantly, and then also because it was squads, you would go down and then like you could be fully eliminated and then you'd have like a cooldown until you could respawn back in. So it was too much downtime. So it was just too much downtime, too much waiting around rather than having actual action in game. And there was another thing very similar to this in Call of Duty Vanguard, so I've no idea how many of you actually played this or know about it, but it's called Arms Race. It was very similar to Fireteam, the same idea, where the objective was to detonate these bomb sites that would then release radiations that would slowly close off areas of the map. But the difference was that this was teams, not just squads, but even then it still just didn't really work out very great. Maybe it's just my personal bias, but I did not enjoy Fireteam or Arms Race, so I just don't think this type of mode really works, so I don't really want to see it return as like the main big thing in COD 2024. As I said, maybe other people like it, maybe it was popular, I don't know, but now I have wanted to make a video and discuss this topic for a while because I'm a big fan of these stuff like Ground War and War mode. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this for a while, and as I'm making the video, we might have had a relevant leak. So the leak account MW3 Intel posted that Black Ops 2024 will have a mode called Land Grab, but there isn't any other information than that. But I think it's relevant because Land Grab is like, you know, it's kind of in the name. The term is used to describe a conflict or a war that is about stealing territory from another. So I guess a kind of territory-based mode kind of fits the idea of like, you know, large-scale multiplayer like COD and Battlefield being mixed together. So the name Land Grab could also fit into the idea of what I wanted to see from this in Black Ops 2024. So the point I was making is that I don't think this game will have Combined Arms or Fireteam returning from Cold War, but instead they'll try something new and different for the large-scale mode. So my idea I wanted to talk about, you know, like just an idea I had in my head, was similar to something from the Battlefield series, like the modes Rush, Breakthrough, or Operations, different names, but kind of the same idea where it's kind of like a frontline mode that moves back and forth across the map when a team captures a point. So it's like, you know, the attacking team is kind of based around an invasion like that. So you have like 2 points to capture. If you successfully capture them, then the defending team gets pushed back into the next area, the next sector. I guess that could also be described as a massive version of Combined Arms Assault from Cold War, or the War mode from way back in the day of Call of Duty World at War, which is not to be confused with the War mode that we have now. It's completely different. Once again, it's that idea of capturing a point pushes the enemy back into their territory. So it's that idea of territory, right? Pushing them back into their side of the map or further into the sectors of the map. Anyways, that's all we have time for today, and I think I got my point across, so yeah, stay tuned for any updates, but that's it. So stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.